Hey, how's it going? It's Vivid, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 3 webtoons you should be reading right now. I've been an avid reader of webtoons and mangas for a very, very long time now, and these are some of my favorite ones that I've been keeping up with for the last little bit. A couple of them are newer, but one of them has gained a lot of popularity in the last couple of months, so without further ado, let's get into it. So first up on this list, we have the webtoon Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling has been gaining a lot of traction in the last couple of months, and it's going to be one of the biggest webtoons of all time, and for really good reason too. The story itself is really intriguing, the world building is great, it really dives into the characters, and it's just really exciting and interesting to follow along. In the world of Solo Leveling, there's a phenomenon called an awakening, which allows a person to gain special powers, whether that be healing, fire control, body modification, whatever it may be. From the awakening, they're allowed to become an occupation called a hunter, which allows them to go on raids in these dungeons in order to make a living. These hunters are ranked based on their ability to help clear dungeons, from the lowest of E rank all the way to the S ranking, which is the highest. The catch is though, once you awaken, you're unable to get any stronger than at the time of awakening. This means that you can't train to strengthen your abilities, so if you awaken as C ranking, then you're stuck with being a C rank. This brings us to a main character, an E-ranked hunter named Sungjin Woo, who through a reawakening gains the unique ability to actually get stronger than his awakened limit. The story itself is really fast-paced and it's super interesting and really makes you want to read more and see how far Sungjin Woo can go. And seeing him progress all the way from the bottom of E class as he gets stronger from every single dungeon, every single fight that he's in, climbing through the ranks and trying to become the strongest hunter on top of S class is just really something special to see. Next up, we have the webtoon called The Beginning After the End. The Beginning After the End has slightly slower progression than Solo Leveling, but by far it has the best plot out of all 3 on this list. The Beginning After the End features some amazing world building with dungeons, kingdoms, magical beasts, and a great power system, using mana but in a really unique way. The story itself follows the main character Arthur Lewin, who is the reincarnation of this great unrivaled king. And although he still has all the memories of his previous life as a king, this world is completely different because this world is magic. The main character Arthur is really likable. Through the webtoon, you kind of get a sense of who he is. You can see that he really values his loved ones, but he's cold when he needs to be, which leads to a lot of badass moments throughout the webtoon. The character and story progression is just really interesting to see because in Arthur's previous life, he was considered to be the strongest. So we're pretty much just seeing this extremely OP individual in like a kid's body in an unfamiliar world, and he's just trying to figure out how everything works, learn mana, get stronger, and he's pretty much just speedrunning through everything. And the plot is just so amazing that way. The world building and character progression is just really well written, and it's some of the best I've seen in a long time. The world itself is really intricate, but it's not overly complex, and everything just feels so developed in it where it feels almost real. All the characters themselves are also very nuanced, having reasons why they behave a certain way, whether it's from their upbringing or from them having an ulterior motive. We kind of see that unravel as we kind of delve deeper into these characters, which is very well done. This webtoon itself is just really well written, and it uses the anime tropes with the OP main character and an isekai really well, where we get to see the power progression of the main character as he gets stronger, and also an isekai where it's just kind of world building and we get to see everything that's involved with the world and explore new regions and kind of understand the fantasy world that it is. Honestly, I don't know why this webtoon hasn't taken off yet because the story itself is head and shoulders above a lot of the mangas out there, and it really deserves a lot more credit. And finally on this list, we have Second Life Ranker, also known as the Ranker Who Lives Twice. Second Life Ranker is another isekai type webtoon with an OP main character, which all of us like to see. The story follows the main character Cha Yun-woo, who finds a pocket watch belonging to his younger brother who disappeared, and inside this pocket watch held the memories of his brother from the time he went missing all the way to his death. The pocket watch revealed an alternate reality inside this fantasy world called the Tower, and the main character, seeing the last moments of his brother being betrayed and killed by his best friends, decides to go into the tower himself and take revenge. This webtoon's kind of like a mix of Tower of God and Solo Leveling, where he goes into a tower and progresses through every single floor to become stronger. This webtoon itself has fast progression in the plot. It's a really interesting story that we follow along, but the best thing about this webtoon is definitely the main character. The personality of the main character is just really unique. It's not really something that we often see in terms of protagonists. It's not really the happy-go-lucky type of character. It's more the very serious, he's very cold, he's just kind of like a methodical, almost an antisocial kind of person. However, because of that, it really fits the vibe of the overall webtoon itself because it is a story about getting revenge. The plot of this webtoon definitely is not as good as that of The Beginning After the End or Solo Leveling, but what really sets this webtoon apart is the fighting. Every fight just feels really brutal, which really reflects the main character's personality, and honestly, it just kind of really makes you think like, holy crap, this guy's freaking insane. But because of that, we see a lot of badass moments that really sets the tone for this webtoon. That's all from me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a comment down below on your recommendation, actually, because I'm running out of stuff to read. But thank you so much for watching again. Make sure to like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you guys next time.